Buddy, Debbi Starr here. So let's talk about how do you sell the intangible? In other words, you have a coaching program, mentoring, even a membership. How do you help people visualize what they're going to get when they step closer to start working with you? Well, it all boils down to how we display that information, and I call it building your digital stack. Super easy to do. So I am inside of Canva, and let me just give you a sneak peek of how I go about building this digital stack. So you just create whatever size paper that you want, and you can actually search on I think Canva just calls it a computer mock-up. Okay. And I'll show you in just a minute how you can search for those things. Now, this one shows the little picture of the computer, and then it has this little like pretend image on the inside. They call this a frame, and it's ready for you just to dump in your picture. So you can like upload all of the different images that you want, or you can also just go to your hard drive, snag that copy and bring it over. So let me bring over an image and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let me just open up my computer, and here is a file that I had done a quick screenshot. So I can just click and drag that over, and it's going to go into my uploads. Now, because I have a frame here, do you see how it just kind of clicked into place? If it's not exactly how you want it, you can double click on that image and then you can kind of move things around. But because the frame is there, it knows it's a picture and it's ready to just snap into place. And look how cool that is. All right. So right away, people can visually see that it's a spreadsheet, it's something that you work on with your computer. So let's do another one. So you might have some handouts that you're sharing with your people. So these are just, I just searched for portrait frames. And again, it's just waiting for that image to come in. And then over here, I have different pictures that I've uploaded. So I could just click and drag it. And because it's that frame, it just snaps into place. Okay, it's just ready to go. And it's that easy. And then you can just click on it and kind of, slide it around. Now, there's lots of different pre-built of these. I'll show you those in just a second. But right away, you can see that instead of just kind of generically talking about something, when they can see it and then they get excited about what's inside of your offer, your lead magnet, whatever it is. Now here's another one. This was a pre-built one. It's got like a little frame around it. So I could do the same thing. So I'm just going to grab a picture and I'm going to just move it over to however I want it. Okay. And then let's see. Well, these don't really match this, but I'm just going to, for the sake of time, just drag things in. So do you see how easy it is just to bring those in? Now, a little side note, what I try to do normally, let's see if I have any examples that I can show you. If you can think about your branding and how is it going to look. So here's one, maybe this got a little more color. If you can, as you're building out your freebies, your PDFs, all that kind of stuff, try to put some color at the top or the bottom. So then when you're building these little digital stacks, it really pops and it gets people's attention. So again, people would be really interested in that. Now let's take it up even a notch. And now, so maybe you have a membership or you're selling a little course. So you can drop in the pictures here. So this is the main course. And then you can just bring in all of the other pictures. That looks pretty good. Let's see, what else do I have here? Let me bring this guy over. And I guess I could bring this, whoops. And sometimes if it wants to click off, you can just reposition it. That one doesn't. Sometimes the little phone ones are so small, it doesn't really, you can't really see anything, but, and then back here, you've got your little stack of pages, so to speak. So I'm just going to put some in here for the sake of time. Yeah, they don't all match into this one program that I sell, but you get the idea. Okay, so in just a couple of seconds, we can see, let me just change this color so it kind of matches the branding here. It's kind of, there you go. So do you see how instead of just saying get my daily top to-do list with daily gratitude posts and a checklist, et cetera, now visually people can see what they're getting and they're getting excited. They want to get their fingers on it. Now let's take it up even more. So here's an example. So we've got, you know, looks like an iPad, a big one and a small one. And then you can start adding different elements to it to really make this a richer experience. All right. So let me just come back up here and let me just drag that over, drag this. And then there you go. So here, again, and I could change this to my branding color if I wanted. In the background, you'll notice there's also some shadow. So see how I move this around, it gets real dark. And if I kind of move it back up just a little bit, that shadow is nested just a little bit underneath there. And what that does is it just makes it more realistic. It makes it look like that it's actually like this tablet is actually sitting on the desktop or something. And when you bring in the shadows, you can also come up here to the transparency, turn it down just a little more if you want, just a slight bit. And there you go. So, and sometimes just by tilting this just a little bit, let's see, I keep using the same thing, but that's okay. You're kind of giving people a sneak peek and you're really getting them interested. And they're like, oh, what is this? Okay. And then I just kind of play around with what shows up there. And then you talk about the main features of this, why they need to get their hands on it. Spell out the features, all of that kind of stuff. Here you've got a little call out. You could put your picture. You could zoom into if there's like a certain area on this spreadsheet that you really want people to take a look at. Let me bring this in here. Let's see. Okay, so it kind of like is highlighting what that is, right? Or you could put a picture of yourself in, doesn't matter. So do you see how powerful this is? Let me just grab all of these. So you can see that once you get all of your digital assets built, it's super easy. You just save them as JPEGs and then you just upload them. And then you just put them here. Let me close this a little bit. Whoops, let me get one more. Have to finish our job here. There you go. So look how beautiful that looks. So if you landed on somebody's page and then they said, sign up for this and here's everything you get, then people are super excited about it. So how would you build one of these on your own? Let me just add a page here. And basically you just go to the Canva elements. And if you just search on frames, whoops, that's recently used. Let me search on frames. So here's all of those frames I was talking about. So here's like the computer frame, the little laptop. Here's a book. You know, I mean, the list goes on. And you can just use a regular portrait frame if you're trying to get that little display of pages, all of that kind of stuff. All right. You can also, under elements, let me see if we say computer mockup, I think is what it's called. Yep. And so here's a whole bunch of computer mock-ups. Then it looks like a little cell phone. And you just kind of place things wherever you want it. Let's see, is there maybe an iPad? Oh, here's a smartwatch. We'll add that just for fun. Haven't seen one of those before. And you just play with it. And then again, what you do is whenever you create your PDF, whatever it is, the trick is save it as JPEG. So I don't know if you can see over here at the left, here's like handouts from a recent workshop that I did. I downloaded everything as individual JPEG. And then I uploaded them back in here. So now you can see that they're pictures and I can just bring them in and use them wherever I need to. Okay, does that make sense? So super easy to build this. And here's the trick. Once you find a style that you like, save it as a template, then you can just use it over and over again. And then you're good to go. Then as you're talking about your product or your service, you make it come to life because they can see the tangible goodies that they're going to get by subscribing. So if this was useful to you and you want more of these, if you join my Digital Business Academy, I do monthly drops and training, all kinds of specialized spreadsheets and resources, Canva templates and stuff, so that you can sell your awesomeness out there. Let people know what you have to offer. All right. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.